Hey everyone, I'm so excited to be launching my brand new educational series all about what it takes to own a horse and look after one. Owning your own pony can be a total minefield, whether you're dreaming of your first pony or you've just got one. This is for you. We're going to be covering everything from the farrier to bathing to shows to tack to mucking out. Everything, we've got you covered. There is so much to learn about equestrian life, but hopefully with this new series you're going to learn so much and feel super confident. And to kick things off, we're starting the series with a super iconic farrier, the best in the business. He even does coloured horseshoes. He's got over 4 million followers on TikTok, the one and only Sam Draycott. So we've got the wonderful Popcorn here, who's going to be our Hoof model, and we've got the iconic Sam Draycott. And I'm going to ask you a few questions about ponies and farriery.
Okay, yeah, go on.
If that's even a word.
Yeah.
So first question, why do ponies and horses wear shoes?
So the main reason ponies wear shoes or horses is literally protection. So you're riding these horses on concrete, hard ground and stuff like that. So their feet sort of wear a little bit quicker than what they can grow. So you put some sort of foot protection, and that's the reason why they wear shoes mainly. There are many other reasons more why they wear shoes, like remedial and stuff like that, but we won't go too far into that because that's a little bit brainwashing. Okay,
and what are the benefits of ponies wearing shoes?
So if you're working horses and ponies a little bit more, say more than what you can, then the benefit is you can ride them and get them fitter. You can work them a bit more, and depending on what job, you can help their movement and any issues or joint issues and stuff like that, you can help them be a bit more comfortable.
And I've always wondered this, so can horses and ponies feel any part of the shoeing process? So like the nails and like the hoof, the hot hoof thing?
No, there's absolutely no sort of pain or anything like that at all. They get the sensation as, you know, if you tap your nail, you get that sort of vibration sensation, but that is about it. Like, it's literally no nerve endings in the parts that we as farriers play with. So no, there's no feeling of such. So at the minute we've got Popcorn that's got a shoe on one side and no shoe on the other side. So we'll pick up the one without a shoe, so you can see the difference between barefoot and not barefoot. So as you can see, it's like the shoe would sit here, as you'll see on the other one, but this is, the hoof wall is what the horses walk on. It's a bit like your fingernail, it's made out of the same thing, it's just a larger scale. So when this starts to wear down, they get footsore. So then you end up putting a shoe on. Do you want to pick that one up?
I'll pick it up.
Get you working here as well. So there you go, you can see you've got a metal shoe there. So this is pretty standard for hind foot. They're a little bit narrower than the front foot, but that's just how they are, they're there for grip. But this shoe is just for protection. Still allows the foot to function as it should. And
what's the upkeep of shoes? Like how long should you leave between each farrier appointment?
So roughly on the average, it's every 6 weeks. For your average pony, if you've got a horse that does a lot more work or a lot less work, you can sort of push them shorter or longer. But yeah, that's kind of it really.
And is there a different time frame? Like how long do you leave between trimming barefoot and shoeing?
So with barefoot, you sort of tend to go with the individual horse. So everything is different depending on how much you're riding, the surfaces you're riding on, and how quickly the horse's hoofs actually grow. So some horses you trim them every sort of 5-6 weeks, and then some you can go, you know, for like 8 to 10. So it really depends on the individual horse, and that just takes time to work out. But you know, Popcorn's got set, so it'll be every 6 weeks.
And what's the average cost of a normal set of shoes and a little trim?
So, yeah, it varies a little bit, but I'll say the average cost for the UK for a set of shoes, just standards, is probably about 110, 120, something like that. And then a trim can be about 40. Okay. So it depends on whereabouts you are in the country and stuff like that. Okay. But yeah, it's about the average.
So if you're looking to own a pony, you're looking at spending between £40 and £120 every 6 to 8 weeks?
Yeah, about that, yeah. So Harlow, I've actually got to do my job and actually get some fresh shoes on Popcorn today, so you're going to give me a hand. Okay. Cool, so let's start taking the back shoe off. So let's get his leg up. Come on, mate. There we go. Right, let's see what you remember. So what's this thing?
Something to do with getting the shoe off.
It's close. It's buffer. This one?
A hammer?
Yeah, look at that. So we just knock up these little clenches, which are these little hooks. See that? I'll show you around the outside. Bend quite well doing this job. There you go. Right, so now we've got them off. Do you remember what these are called?
Pliers?
Pulling the shoe off, shoe pullers.
Okay.
You just literally just pivot the shoe off just like that. Comes off easy, horse doesn't feel a thing, perfect. So now we need to clean the foot out. So what's this?
Hoof pick.
Well, it's a bit posher than the hoof pick.
A hoof pick?
It's a hoof knife.
Oh.
That's what we use as Farrier. So clean out the foot. And then we gauge how much has got to come off by literally trimming out all the dead sole that's in there. So this is all grown over the last sort of 6 to 8 weeks.
And why is it white?
It's a pigment, so they're always white from underneath. You'll get obviously some bits here, but that comes from the hoof wall. So you'll have little black lines there. So it's just the colour in the keratin or the protein or whatever, without going too scientific. Do you remember what this is called?
The frog.
Yeah, from Fire now. What's this bit around here?
The nail.
Hoof wall. So that is basically a giant fingernail.
Okay.
So this is exactly the same as your fingernail. It's got no nerve endings into it at all, but it still flexes. I'm quite strong enough to squeeze it, but it does flex. These?
Shoe pullers.
No, started with that. Got the shoe off already.
Oh, they look like the same thing.
Nail cutters. So this trims off all the excess that's grown in the last 6 to 8 weeks. So, and you'll see the wool a lot easier. See how that bit there? That's the bit that you nail into. There's no nerve endings in there. So this just makes it lovely and flat, because the horse has got to walk on this. So if it's lovely and flat, and then he will, don't want to be all wonky and stuff, do you? Walking down the road all a bit wonky. And there we go. And that is the trimming process from the bottom. So next thing is get a pair of shoes in the fire, fit them up, and then go from there. Oh. So this is the forge.
Whoa.
So everything is done by gas now. Used to be coal, bellows and stuff like that, but everything's sort of modernised slightly, so you just literally turn the gas on.
Oh wow.
Shut the door and wait. And that's kind of it. So this will get up to about 900 degrees. May get a little bit hotter if you left it. Oh, forgot about it basically. It'll get really hot.
And how long does it take to warm up?
So it'll take roughly a couple of minutes, if that.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's a really cold day, it will take a little bit longer, but yeah, quite quick. Most of it's steel. You have got special shoes. So we've got some aluminium ones, which are fancy. We've got bar shoes, which is basically a round shoe there. We won't go into too many more because there are thousands of them, all for different reasons. But we have got some stuff in here which are, pads, graduated pads.
I've always wondered this, so why do you heat the shoes up?
So we heat the shoes up mostly because it makes it easier for us to fit the shoe to the horse's feet. Because these are a template, they come like that, and then the horse's feet are not perfectly round like that every time, so you custom fit that. So making it hot, you can bend it around. Then when you actually go to burn it onto the foot, it makes it dead level, so it makes it a perfect fit, snug, there's no gaps. Yeah. And it's almost like a custom-made trainer.
Wow.
Okay, Harlow, these are a bit of you. Look at these.
Oh my god.
Sparkly pads. You can go for the plain pinks.
Okay, so whose horse's hoof is that big?
That's fairly average. Don't forget, you've got ponies, so some horses can go up to, big shoes down there. Hey, I'll be back. I'll show you these.
So these are glitter pads for the pony's feet. You could literally quite cook your breakfast on here because it's like a saucepan. Full English breakfast.
I like the sound of the full English, it's great. These are your bigger shoes. So you can imagine, you're thinking about how big that is. I mean, that almost drops all the way through. So, and horses' feet get bigger than that. So that's the biggest you can buy off the shelf.
Oh my gosh, it's so heavy.
And there's your little one.
I actually think Cloudy's feet are smaller than this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there will be, yeah. You might have to go over your head.
No, not quite.
There you go.
New crown, hey?
It's a bit heavy, isn't it? Unbelievable. My little crown. Should have been pink, really, shouldn't they?
It looks like a little halo.
Yeah. That's because that's exactly what it is.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
I know, it's a big one. Try and avoid those because my knees don't like it. Very fragile.
This is going to weigh the horse down.
Slow them down a little bit. But you think, you see those big shies and stuff, they're bigger than that. So, but you've got, a ton's worth of horse on a little bit of steel, really. Got like your little popcorns. Dink.
Oh.
Let's get the shoe out, shall we?
Yep.
Hang on, let me get the right tongs. Yep. Right, so that's pretty hot.
Whoa, I'm glad I stepped back. That's like a sauna.
You don't want to touch it. So literally, I will touch it, but it's too hot.
It's orange.
So from
Does it
here.
have orange shoes?
No, don't get too close. So it will burn you. So you're kind of going off memory of what the foot shape was like, and then you'll go check it and see if it fits. Right, let's go and have a look. Go on, little legs. Yeah.
Whoa.
So yeah, you see when I used the rasp, it made it nice and flat.
Yeah.
So it should be a nice even burn all the way around. So it shows that the shoe is dead flat to the foot.
And that doesn't hurt them at all.
No, because if it did, he wouldn't be standing here right now. He will be gone. There we go.
Wow. If you were to just keep going over the foot with the hot shoe, would it just burn through the foot?
Yeah, if you hold it on long enough, it will eventually, the heat will travel up the foot and then you will feel it. So when you're trimming the foot, you leave a little bit on there so you've got bits to burn too. But you know, it's part of the training, you get to learn how much you can and can't take off. So it's in the bucket, cooled down. So we've just got to grind them up. So they just takes off all the sharp edges and then we can nail it on. And
Amazing.
That's almost there.
How long have you been doing this job?
I've been doing this probably, I'm asking my maths now, probably about 14 years.
Wow.
So I've seen quite a few horses. Most of them are bay, which is pretty crazy.
Really?
Yeah, because I do a lot of polo.
Oh, yeah.
So there's just like miles and miles of polo ponies, and 90% of them are bay. You get the odd grey one and coloured one, but yeah, and then they've got Spanish names and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, trying to remember all the names is fun.
And you shoe abroad as well, don't you?
Yeah, I shoot abroad, so I go as far as Barbados, which is nice.
So do you go to Barbados every 6 to 8 weeks?
I sure do, yeah. Sounds like glamorous seas, but I don't actually see the sea, I see the inland bit. So I'm dealing with the
Wow.
horses day in, day out, and it is boiling.
Really?
Cool, so this is a big grinder.
Wow.
Traditionally, back in the old days, we do it by hand with a rasp, but I've got one of these, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
So, let it go in. So all we're doing is grinding up an edge. So
Yeah.
if the horse treads on it, less likely to catch it and pull it off.
Okay. That is very quick.
Yeah, don't put your fingers anywhere near it. There we go, so that's all ground up.
Wow.
I've got some other stuff in here, so this is a tapping machine. So stud holes,
Oh, yeah.
which are basically, there we go. That's your stud hole.
Yep.
So it's the thread, screw in the studs, so it's like a bit of extra grip.
Yep.
I actually do have one.
So this is what my new pony Blue he's going to need when he goes eventing. And you can get all different kinds of studs, can't you?
Yeah, so this is your classic polo stud.
Wow, it's quite a big stud, isn't it?
Yes, so there's a centimetre square, that's all they're allowed.
Oh.
You screw it in, and once you're finished for the day, you should be able to unscrew it.
Wow.
So it's just like a football stud.
I remember Rhoda used to have little mini studs, didn't he, at one point? They were tiny.
Yeah.
They were so small.
You'd be surprised how much grip a tiny stud will give you.
Really?
You don't really need massive ones at all, because it makes them uneven. So you just
Yeah.
need a little bit. That's all, it's just a little bit of grip. So cool, it's all ground up, so we're going to nail it on.
Well,
Well,
I'm not going to nail it on.
You can watch me.
I'll watch and learn.
So we've got these
Brilliant.
special nails that only farriers can buy, which
Wow.
go through the shoe, and they're designed to come out, when you nail them in, they come out of the hoof. Go on, mate, let's have a look. Right. As you see, foot goes on, just tap it on the foot. Nice and snug, so it almost stays on without even nails holding it. And then you look where you're going to nail it, and as you nail it in, it should come out, like so. And carry on all the way
And
around.
he's got a little bit of like toenail hanging out. So
Yeah.
what will that do?
So when I finish it off, which is the last process, this will all be rasped back, and then you leave it slightly domed.
Okay.
So it's like a safety aspect. If the horse, this toe overreaches the front foot, basically hits the front foot, it's
Okay.
like all domed, so it's really smooth.
Okay.
So it's all about safety, yeah, horse's welfare, that part. So you'll find that you'll see some pictures of horses' hooves that'll have 6 nails in, 5 nails in. It really depends on what hoof you've got in front of you at the time and how many nails you think it's going to take to keep your shoe on. So it's just a sensation, that's all they're feeling.
Yeah. So it's almost like numb for them. They can only
Yeah,
just like.
just imagine doing that on your foot, not your broken one, but that one, that's the feeling. So it's just vibration going up. So this is the last process, it's called the finishing off. So as you see, you've got nails, the bits of the nails that are sticking out.
Yeah.
We've got to make them nice and smooth, make little hooks and clenches, and then just rasp it all off. So you pick your leg up, mate, come on, there we go. So put it on a foot stand.
So horses are actually quite flexible.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how high you see them go out in the field and they're kicking and bucking and all that kind of stuff. They can move when they need to do. So this part, we're just preparing it for these little clenches, which are the little hooks that we make with the nails.
Yeah.
Any idea what these are called?
Toe pinchers.
Yeah, kinda. They're clenching tongs. Oh. So they make these little clenches. So as you see, you flick them over. And that's it. Oh. Then with the rasp, you just literally skim over the top. Makes it all nice and smooth. And you just make it nice and neat. So this is the toe bit you were talking about. So you just literally rub it around the toe. And it's sort of like domed. So if this bit hits that front bit there, it's called an overreach. It doesn't cut into the leg, it's just like a bump. Fist bumping himself.
Yeah.
And you do the same on the other side. Right, so
Amazing.
so it's nice and smooth.
Yep.
So you see some feet that have 2 clips here, 1 clip there. It all depends on the foot shape, whereabouts, and stuff like that. But that's miles into stuff. But that's the back foot done.
Lovely. So Sam, as you are the professional, can you give me some tips on how I can keep my pony's feet in like tip-top health in between the farrier visits?
So the main thing to do is hoof oils and greases, stuff like that is the best thing to do. Regular shoeing or maintenance from your farrier, and that is the best thing to do.
So that's it guys, now you know all about what your pony goes through when they're having their shoes put on or if they're having a trim. I'm not normally around when my pony's feet get done, so it was super interesting today seeing all of the process and just learning loads about it. I hope you enjoyed my first episode of my new series today, and a massive thank you to Sam Draycott as well for chewing popcorn and making his feet look amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video, and I hope you enjoy my new series.